Hello to all of you beautiful and amazing people. We have another video for today. This one is about turning painful emotions into pleasurable experiences because you could turn I was about to say plain. You could turn pain into pleasure. Um I've been experimenting a lot with that, you know? It's actually it's really how I'm not gonna say it's how we should do things because there's no like you should or shouldn't. That's dependent on you know various things. There's no objective should or shouldn't. That's pretty subjective, right? However, I feel like this is one of the better ways to handle painful emotions. Some of you guys may know if you're on my Patreon, right? Because real quick, we're gonna get into what painful emotions are and where they come from. We're gonna get into regular emotions and why they all matter. We're gonna talk about how to get comfortable with painful emotions, how to start to understand those emotions, how to turn those into pleasure. We're gonna talk about a lot of shit. But I just want to say that if you guys are on my Patreon, right, and you guys haven't seen these, right, I would recommend watching this video, or if you're not on it, you know what I'm saying, I recommend watching this video right here, right, you know what I'm saying. I talked about multi-temporal healing inside this video. It's a Patreon exclusive and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? We got this one, not this one, not that one, but this one, the Love Dragon video. This video right here, especially this one, what this literally like I literally explained to you guys how the Love Dragon made me turn all my painful emotion into pleasure. Plus I fought entities for a crackhead. That was interesting. But yeah, I have a low key. I have look. I have mad shit on Patreon, bro. I ain't gonna lie. This is different. There's omniverse shit inside. Let me go, look, because this one is opened up. I got crystal tablet shit, omniversal shit inside here. You know what I'm saying? I have a lot of shit inside here. 12 planes of existence, bro. You know what I'm saying? Developing mental. I have a lot of stuff in Patreon. So if you guys aren't on there, or if you are on here, didn't see these videos, go watch them, Jones, bro. Because I ain't gonna lie, it's pretty saucy over there. You know what I'm saying? So let's get into this video, though. Right? Enough with the Patreon stuff and self promotion and stuff like that. Let's get into this video. I will say this last thing. If you guys need some spiritual advice, you want a spirit guide reading, you guys want to know more about your soul on a akashic level and like where you came from and stuff like that, bro, I got all kinds of services down below. I'm really a good healer. I'm a good activator. I'm a good divinator, and you could say psychic. I'm pretty good with like getting messages from your spirit guide. So if you guys need some stuff like that or like some energy healing, I have a lot of shit down below, bro. Let's get into this video. What are painful emotions and where do they even come from? So, a painful emotion is simply just an emotion that we don't typically desire and that we don't typically want to feel. Like, painful emotions can make us like feel pain, but like it's not like you're getting punched in your face now. You know what I'm saying? If you're feeling like sadness or like anger or stuff like that, right? It's like that stuff is said to be painful and hurt you because as a human, you don't tend to desire those emotions, right? So because you don't desire to feel those emotions, you want to avoid them, right? And they get seen as painful. But let's understand what emotions truly even are. So emotions, people say is energy in motion, right? It's pretty much a certain intelligence trying to move through you. You see, your thoughts have information attached to them, and it's like that information is moving through you in the form of emotion. You know what I'm saying? In the form of sensation and feeling. So with that being said, as humans, right, we get taught that, oh, if you feel that, that's bad. If you feel that, that's good. If you feel that, you got to block that shit out. So it's like when you feel certain stuff, right, you naturally want to avoid them. You see? So like here's an example, right? When you're a kid, right, then you start crying or you get upset or you get angry, your parents say, "No, stop that. That's bad." You know what I'm saying? They don't actually teach you to work through the emotion. So therefore, whenever you feel that shit, you're like, "Oh, I can't feel that. Let me put that shit down." You know what I'm saying? And it's like when you put certain shit down, my fault. I don't, my body glitched. When you, it's like I just lost my breath while talking. But when you push certain emotions down, it only makes it build up and get worse. Then it's like when it does pop up, it's even more painful. Like if you had a whole bunch of sadness, right? Because sadness can actually feel good as shit. A lot of people are actually addicted to sadness because it kind of actually feels good. I'm gonna talk about that shit. But when you push that shit down, right, then it pops up again. It becomes even more painful. Just deal with it in the first place. You only like let me not say you only, but one of the main reasons why you don't want to deal with it is because As a kid, maybe they told you you can't feel that shit. Someone said you can't feel that shit. You could have been in school trying to express some shit, and your friend said, "Why you doing that?" You could have got made fun of for that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like people will make fun of you for experiencing certain emotions, and it's like, nigga, y'all got the same shit inside of yourselves. It's just buried deep down inside. You see what I'm saying? So it's like there are many things that as a kid could have been normal to us and could have made us actually feel good at the end, but our parents said, "Oh no, stop that shit." Therefore, we never actually got to clear the whole entire thing out, and it's still built up inside of ourselves, right? So understand this: all emotions are important, okay? Because emotions are always trying to communicate something. They're always trying to communicate something and bring something to your awareness. Like your emotions are energetic intelligences. So it's energy moving through you that actually has an intelligence and actually has information attached to it, which you can actually observe and learn from, right? So how do you actually get comfortable with painful emotions? Let me say this one thing. I'm gonna say more shit, but there's one thing about monks, right? Y'all ever seen monks like fucking like walk on fire and stuff like that? Or they like put themselves through crazy ass shit? Understand that the monk is feeling every single thing that you would feel. It's just that they're not reacting to it. So like when a monk is walking on the fire, right? They're like they feel the heat. But because understand that with your body, right? Like when your body feels too much heat, it starts to get like hot and then it starts to get painful, right? You're like, oh, you know what I'm saying? And it's doing that because that fire could kill your body. If you had no pain receptors, right? If you had no if you had no pain receptors, right, you would just feel this shit, and then it's like it wouldn't actually hurt. Therefore, you might stay inside the fire, then get your ass burned. So the pain does have you go like, oh, let me go get the fuck away. But monks have learned to train that shit and be like, nigga, this is just a feeling. I don't have to react like, oh, fuck that, oh, fuck this. I could still do this shit. And understand also, when you have a mind that's like that, that could like resist certain like when you have a mind that could resist reacting to certain feelings, the body also changes too. That's why they could like do this shit and then not get burnt, because your body getting burnt is a reaction to the flame. But if you're not reacting to the flame, you're not gonna get burnt. That shit may sound crazy as fuck, but that's why this video is not about becoming a motherfucking monk. But monks, I just want to mention that though, monks could do crazy shit because they feel the same shit as you, but they don't react. Therefore, their body naturally gets hardened and is able to actually take these things more than you can. Anyway, as a human, right? Right, as humans, right, we need to understand that there is no such thing as a wrong or painful emotion. Emotions are just emotions until you judge them as painful, pleasurable, desirable, undesirable. Yeah. So with that being said, no emotion is truly actually painful. There's just emotions that you tend to desire and tend to not desire, because some people will find love is painful. Other people love to feel love. So it's like, it's not about it really being painful. What is painful to you is just about what you desire and what you don't desire. So understand that you need to let go of that attachment to, I should only feel this way, I should only feel this way, right? You shouldn't desire only pleasure and not pain. And it's not even how it is. Because not once again, it's not about, because like once again, happiness can be seen as painful and anger can be seen as pleasurable for some people. Dead ass. You know what I'm saying? So it's not about the pain and pleasure. It's about stop desiring one emotion over the other. Either desire all things or no things. You gotta pick one or the other though. You can't be like, I want these ones and not, because that's nah, bro. Either want them all or want none of them. And here's how you kind of here's how you know which one to pick. If you want to be super involved in the world and actually get shit done in the world and like be super here and externally focused, you need to be open to feeling everything. Facts. Now, if you're focused on ascending, going beyond physical reality, like you're not really trying to be so active here. You're trying to get inside yourself and just like detach and like get on some like floaty fucking source shit. At that point, the goal is to feel nothing. But even when trying to feel nothing, you'll still have to feel certain things. It's just that you have no desire to feel love. Hey, you have no desire at all for nothing. You know what I'm saying? But whenever they do come, it just is what it is type shit. Now, pick your poison from there. Do you want to be super involved in the world and like really do shit in the world, or do you want to be more inside yourself, introspective and transcending type shit? You know what I'm saying? That one's gonna help you decide if you want to desire everything or desire nothing. Either way though, you're gonna have to feel shit regardless. It's just that there's different ways to go about feeling certain shit. And in fact, To be a holistic being, you should actually go through both paths. You know what I'm saying? Facts. Because, like, for example, people who are naturally yin based souls, who naturally want to introspect and be observant, it can actually be good for them to actually practice the yang aspect of feeling everything. And then vice versa. Some people who are yang souls, who are super externally focused, could actually benefit from detaching from everything. You know what I'm saying? The happy shit, the sad shit, all that, right? So pick your poison. Either way, though, right? Just learn to either desire all of them or none of them. At some point, you're just like, yeah, like they're all equal in my eyes. Like love, anger, happiness, sadness, they're all equal in my eyes, right? So accept that, right? Because once you accept that these are emotions that you need to feel, you're gonna be more comfortable feeling them. So accept that real quick. You have to feel these things, the whole entire spectrum, right? Now that you accepted that, like start becoming open to that. Become open to like right now. Become open to feeling that shit. Cause wanna know what's crazy? We could all feel when deep down inside we have some sadness or some underlying anger. Like we could feel that shit deep down inside. It's time to bring that shit up now, right? So one of the first things you could do is learn to become the observer, right? Here's what I mean. Your soul, right? Your soul is an individualized focal point of awareness, right? Throughout your whole entire life, from 5 to 10 to 20 to 30 to 40, you're going to change, right? As a personality. But your soul, the thing that observes, that never changes. That's the part of you that always stayed the same. Your soul, the thing that just observes life, right? So when you become the thing that observes life, you become a bit more detached from the emotion. I'm not saying that you don't feel it, you just don't identify. You could feel sadness without identifying with sadness. I mentioned that inside the Love Dragon video on my page, and y'all go check that shit out. But yeah, you could feel these things, right? Without being like, I am this thing. You see what I'm saying? So learn to like just be an observer and not fully be like, I am this, right? You see what I'm saying? Now that you're able to feel your emotions, right? Start to see where they come from. Like for example, do they come from certain memories? Like the sadness that you feel inside yourself, right? Is it coming from a certain experience? If so, revisit that experience, right? Let's say it was your boyfriend or girlfriend dumping you or cheating on you, or let's say it was an argument between you and your parents, whatever the fuck, right? Go inside there and think about how you interpret that memory and that experience, right? Like for example, let's say you got cheated on, right? You could think like, oh my god, I'm worthless. Of course that feels sad as shit, but that's not what that always meant, that you got cheated on. You know what I'm saying? Let's say you argue with a family member. You could be like, oh my god, that person is stupid and I hate them. And it's like, yeah, those thoughts are gonna breed some hate and anger. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, go deep inside yourself and with the memories be like, okay, how do I even interpret this experience, right? Because the judgment that you had inside that experience is going to create the emotion that also comes with that experience. Because you could actually have an experience of fucking big ass arguing, right? But if you form no perception about that, it's not really that deep. You could be like, oh, haha, that was funny. And then you think about that shit and it like literally I could think about arguments that have no anger but are just funny because in my mind I thought it was funny at the time. So with that being said, think about how you interpret the experience and then why you interpret it that way. You see? And then see if it's new interpretation. Like, for example, let's say it was the whole breakup shit, right? Where you felt worthless. You don't gotta be worthless. It could just be that they're not meant for you. You know what I'm saying? Let's say it's the whole argument shit. You don't gotta hate the person. You guys could have just disagreed and it got heated at that one period of time, but now shit is cool. You could see where they're coming from also and where you were coming from and learn how to just like let that shit be type shit. So bring up the emotions and see if they're attached to certain experiences, right? Some emotions really have no experience but just have thoughts behind it. So for example, why do you even have those thoughts behind the experience, right? Like, why do you think this way? Even if it's not an experience, why do you have these thoughts in general, right? Like, have you been taught to think a certain kind of way? Like, for example, even with an experience, right? You could have been taught to let's say somebody disrespects you, right? And it makes you feel mad as shit. You could have been taught that when someone disrespects you, you're supposed to act inside this way. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying let people disrespect you, but let's say someone did disrespect you and you wish I should have punched them in the face. You know what I'm saying? And that makes you feel mad. Why do you feel that way? Like, why do you think that way? Like, did somebody tell you that you should always punch somebody in the face that disrespect you? Because if you've been taught that and you believe that, then anytime you think about that, you're gonna get fucking mad. But if you just think like, hey, listen, that person disrespected me, but it is what it is now. Like, obviously, if they try to attack me, I'll defend myself. But nigga, whatever the fuck they said don't really matter to me. It's just a reflection of themselves. And like when you change the mindset, the emotion kind of dissipates. You see what I'm saying? So you would only feel angry if you feel like you should have punched them, but you didn't. If you don't think punching was the best option and you think that just walking away was the best thing, you would be finding your mind. You see what I'm saying? So with that being said, right, when you consider all these things, what's my thoughts behind it? Why do I think this way? Where do these thoughts come from? Was I taught to think this way? When you consider all these things, right, you're going to get more clear about, damn, what is the actual truth of the emotion and what's it trying to show me? You see what I'm saying? Like, are your, like, because some of your shits are based on lies. You know what I'm saying? Like, you think that, oh, shit really should be this one way. Nigga, there's no such thing as a should or shouldn't. That's called shitting on yourself. AKA shitting on yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you shitting all over yourself? I should be like this. Of course you feel like shit. That's not true though. Who told you that? Was that your parents? Was that some guru on YouTube, nigga? Was that like nigga, it could even be me. Am I making you feel a certain kind of way? Because I know how I talk. I could be very straightforward, direct, aggressive. That could make some niggas feel bad. I'm not trying to make you feel bad. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. So, nigga, even if I influence your mind, my nigga, you could change that shit around too. You see what I'm saying? Was it some nigga on YouTube made you feel that way? Was it me? Because they don't got it. You could change that shit. You see what I'm saying? Now, granted, usually people tell me that I tend to be helpful, so I don't think I made none of y'all feel bad. But hey, it could have happened. You know what I'm saying? Who would you know? Anyway, are the emotions based upon lies? If so, transform the lies. You see what I'm saying? Also, if they're based on truth, how are these truths helping you? You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, let's say you had an experience that makes you feel mad, right? And it's like, yeah, it is true. They disrespected you. Okay. Feel the disrespect and feel what that comes with. And think about, damn, how can I act differently the next time? Let's say your partner broke up with you because they said you can't. Let's say they told you that, oh, you're not good at communication. You know what I'm saying? Okay, take that pain and learn to communicate. Just accept it though. You need to first accept it to turn it into pleasure. Because now we're at the last step of turning it. Because we're not even at the pleasure part yet. We're at the part that deals with learning to bring up the emotion, feel them, accept them, and then understand them. Once you go through all that shit, now you could turn the emotions into pleasure. So understand this. Our natural state is actually a pretty blissful and loving one. It may not be like crack cocaine. Well, I'm not gonna say crack cocaine. It may not be like, oh my fucking God, huh? I mean, shit, it could be, but I just don't know because I have certain blocks. It could be like that. But from what I've experienced, right, I can say that love is a natural state that we have. Now, it's not that, like, it could definitely be like, but love is also pretty active and makes you want to do shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you love certain things, you want to act upon them more oftentimes. You see what I'm saying? So with that being said, understand that your natural state actually does feel pretty good. You know what I'm saying? The only reason why you don't naturally feel good is because you have blocks that are blocking that good feeling. So when you clear out all the misperceptions, you naturally start to feel bliss. So long story short, right? When you understand the emotions and then begin to release them, pleasure is the natural emotion. You see what I'm saying? Like, for example, the love dragon made me get sad as shit on purpose, right? And it led me to a big ass cry that felt amazing. Like, I was smiling and crying and laughing, and it was amazing. And literally, I could feel how sadness kind of feels good. Like, there's a certain comfort inside sadness. Like, I don't know why. Like, wow, I ain't gonna lie. After that day, I tried to make myself sad again and couldn't do it the same kind of way. And I kind of was like, I wish I could be sad again, because it felt so good. Like, why do niggas avoid sadness? It's like, nigga, when you feel sad, it's like somebody's fucking comforting you, bro. And that's why I think that depression is minorly addicting. Because, nigga, it actually feels good to be sad. It's like you're being comforted. It's like you're inside of the ocean, nigga. Like, when you accept the sadness and you understand why you're sad, you just release that shit, nigga. It's cool. Like, when I was going through my shit, right? I was seeing different memories from this life, from past lives, especially this life though, that I forgot all about. I forgot all about these things, but I brought them up and it just made me like see like damn, I used to think about things in this way. I used to see things inside that way, and I just understood all this shit, and it just got to a big ass cry, and I just felt so good. So when you understand the relation, not the I said the emotion. When you understand the emotion and or release it, because sometimes you could understand it, because you could understand certain stuff and it's not really a big release. But technically, when you understand it, there is a certain kind of release. But there's like not all releasing is in the form of crying. Some shit is just you being like, oh fuck that shit now. It is what it is, and you're not repressing. You're just saying, nah, I'm done with that. You know what I'm saying? Long story short, what I'm trying to say is the fact that when you naturally understand your stuff and start to release it, when you're open to the releasings, things naturally start to feel good because you naturally feel good anyway. You just have certain blocks, and the thing is, if you're trying to raise your vibration, right, to naturally feel better, a lot of times what happens is low vibe shit just pops up. Most of the time, you don't just go up and just feel happy. Most of the time, you try to get to the happy shit and then bring up all the sad shit that makes you not feel happy. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah. And what was crazy after all that healing shit, right? I actually had experiences with people that hurt me in the past, and now shit is copacetic and it's good. You see what I'm saying? So it's like after going through all that pain, I was able to face the people who hurt me, and now shit is green. Shit is cool. You know what I'm saying? Like it's great. Now, granted, I'm not like, oh my god, like it's not like I'm fully with those people like every day, talking to them every single day. It's just like no, like I can accept the past and we can now move on. You know what I'm saying? I mentioned that shit on Patreon. You see what I'm saying? In several different videos. So go ahead and check that shit out, right? But yeah, also even with anger, right? Like yesterday, bro, I was doing certain shit and I kept on getting pissed the fuck off. And my anger showed me that I wasn't doing the right thing. Because why the fuck am I getting mad? So I started being like, okay, what the fuck should I actually do? You know, like for like at some points, I wanted to make a PowerPoint, right? But it just didn't feel right. I'm just like, no, you know what I'm saying? And it's like when I accepted the anger and just felt that shit full force, I just had energy to do other things, and those other things were great. I was starting to do certain breath work, certain energetic practices, I ain't gonna lie, certain, you could just say Tai Chi, nigga. I was getting wild, nigga. It was great. You know what I'm saying? So when I let myself feel the anger full force, I could tell like, I shouldn't be doing this shit. I shouldn't be fucking with that shit. Let me start doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? And then I just started feeling amazing, bro. Understand this too. Not no weird kinky shit, but niggas like BDSM. You know what I'm saying? Like there's there's people who like to actually feel like get slapped and then feel the pain type shit. Understand this. Whenever you feel an emotion, there is some kind of stimulation which your body likes to feel stimulated. So when you feel any emotion, right? If you could actually slow down it, like even with anger, right? I'm smiling because dead ass, bro. Like, I'm not mad right now, but I could like bring on the feeling of anger and then feel the activation part, like the stimulation part, and that shit kind of feel good. Cause your body likes to feel stimulated. You see what I'm saying? Like your body likes all kinds of stimulation. It's just that at some point you say, this stimulation, I don't want to fuck with that. But on a natural bodily state, your body can adapt to any stimulation. Your body can adapt to any stimulation and like it. That's why people like to get hit when it comes to some kinky weird shit. But I'm saying that because you can learn to feel the stimulation of emotion and then just let that feel good. Like you could feel how anger stimulates you, then take the that kind of feels good a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So with all emotions, there's a hint of stimulus. With all emotions, there's a hint of stimulation that feels good. Focus on that and release everything else so that you could feel bliss. You see what I'm saying? And I'm gonna end the video right here, but I want to say this last part. If you need if you need more tailored advice specifically towards you, I recommend a spirit guide reading or a shadow healing and integration, because at that point I could see specifically what you got to do for you and not based upon only this video. You see what I'm saying? But this video, I hope they get some good advice. So with that being said, I love you all. I'm going to catch you in my next video. I have coaching links all down below, Discord down below, Patreon down below, mash it down below. I love you all. I'm going to catch you in my next video. Peace.